Hi guys, I am back. I am back to share another video with you guys. And the title of this video is called Stop! The Life You Save May Be Your Own. And yeah, so anyway, I got that title from my older sister. She would be like, stop, don't come no closer, because I'm warning you, the life you save may be your own. Now stay back from me. But in this video, I'm really like, I hope I can help somebody who's getting ready to make a decision and thinking that they heard from God because he didn't say anything. And what I have learned from my experience, if God is not saying anything, that either means you wait or the answer is no. So I want to talk a little bit about me and my ex-husband, and rest in peace, because he is a victim of COVID. He died. He passed away like 3-4 weeks ago from COVID. So I want to give my condolence to any and everybody who has been affected by COVID. May he rest in peace, and I'm praying that God give his family the strength and that he would heal them from their grief. So anyway, when he and I met, we met at a church, and it was a family church. His brother was the pastor. And so, but that wasn't the first time we met. We actually, I first met him at his cousin's house. Well, no, that wasn't his cousin. That was his niece. So yes, that was my first initial, I guess, the icebreaker for us, like our first meet and greet, rather. So anyway, after that, I started going to church. She was inviting me to go to church because I kind of lived with her for a little bit, and he started coming to church. So that's where I met him at their family church. So to make a long story short, so he started talking to me, and then, you know, of course I was talking to him too. So anyway, we started dating, and then I guess I think like after 6 months, he was getting a little bit more serious about the dating, and I was still young, so I was just like, it's kind of sad to say this, but I kind of was like, he was like more like my escape from my family, which was I was still dealing with my mom. She was abusive. So whenever he and I got together, that was like my time to actually, like, take my mind off the horrible things that was going on at home. So yeah. So we dated for about 6 months, and he asked me, he was like, will you marry me? So of course I said, yes. And so before we got married, he was like, well, we need to pray about it, because I had just accepted Christ in my life, and I think he had accepted Christ like a long time ago, probably when he was, I think he said a little boy. I'm not really for sure, but I know he was very knowledgeable of God and his word. And so, me, I was just a newbie. So he was like, well, before we get married, we need to pray about it and see if God would give us a yes on, getting married. So it was the pastor wife, and my ex and myself. We were all praying about this. He's like, no, we need to fast, because we haven't heard from God. And so we was kind of like keeping in touch with each other. Have you heard from him? Have you heard from him? No, I didn't hear from him. Did you hear from him? So it was kind of like one of those things. We was just backwards and forward with it. So, but a couple more months, probably 2-3 more months passed. And so we was like, we came together, all of us, and we was like, he asked his brother, which was, like I said, was the pastor of their family church, did you hear anything from God? And so his brother said, no, I didn't hear anything. He asked me, I said, no, nothing. And I didn't hear nothing. God didn't say nothing to me. And so, his wife, we asked her, and she's like, no, I didn't get no answer either. So we took it upon ourselves, my husband and I. Well, we assumed that because God didn't say anything, that we took that as a yes. Out of our ignorance, we moved forward and we got married, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. The biggest mistake I could have ever made on this whole entire planet. And it's not to say that he's a bad person. He just wasn't the person that God had for me. And then we all prayed. We spent those extra 2-3 months praying about and praying and seeking and trying to get an answer from God on should my ex-husband and I get married. And God did not say not one word to none of us. And all 4 of us were praying, and God didn't say nothing. It was as if heaven was quiet for 3 months. He didn't say anything. And so we got married, and things started off okay. But it soon got really bad. But the emphasis that I want to make is the fact that even though I feel like it was still my fault and I was still responsible for the decision that I made, I agreed to marry him anyway, even though we didn't hear from God. I felt like now that I look back on it, like maybe I should have went outside the group, or just I don't know. I feel like maybe I could have asked somebody else, or seek counseling from somebody else who had been a Christian about the same amount of years or even longer than my ex-husband. So I kind of feel like when God is not saying anything, don't do it. Please don't do it. Because that saying, stop, the life you save may be your own. It may be, you may be saving your own life by not pursuing that thing that God hasn't given you an answer on. If he haven't said anything and you're praying, because we were praying, we were fasting. I mean, we was losing weight and looking like skeletons, and so it was pretty bad. But I mean, God didn't say nothing. And I learned after that, I learned that, well, after the marriage was over, we was married for 12 years, 12 long, hard years. I felt like it was like 12 years of slavery. It was really, 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 really bad on the girl. It was bad. So, yeah. So I just want to encourage you that if God is not speaking to you and you're seeking God and you're pouring your heart out to Him, and if He haven't said anything to you, please do not do it. I mean, don't do it. I mean, that doesn't just go for your marriage partner. It go for anything in your life that you're praying about and seeking God approval or answer for. If God is not saying anything, it either means wait or He's literally told you no. And in my situation, I believe that it was a no for us because there's no way we should have, out of our ignorance, we assume that God was saying yes to us. That I thought that when God didn't say anything, then it's time for me to take action. That's what I was thinking. But I'm not too for sure. And then my husband, even though he was my ex-husband, rather, even though he was very knowledgeable of God, he still didn't know that when God is not saying anything to you, then that literally means no or wait. He didn't know this himself. So it was just like I was with a baby Christian myself, or someone who still didn't have knowledge of God on if God is not speaking, then don't move or don't pursue that thing. So yeah, I will be making another video because in my other video, I guess I'm going to go back to the toxic stress. But I really hope that this video helps someone. I hope it spares your life from danger, from hell's fire. I really do. I'm hoping and praying that God can use this video to help save somebody else's life, or to help whatever person is getting ready to make a decision that will change their life forever. Forever. My life was changed forever because my ex-husband was very, very abusive. And I don't even know how I survived it. I know it had to be God. It had to be. But even as loving as God is, even though I made that mistake, when I came out of that thing, I'm telling you, it was if God had renewed my strength, my youth, everything that it seemed like I was stripped of and was taken from me. It seemed like He renewed everything. I mean, I felt like He had restarted me all over again, but it took time, It took time to get to that place, and it took me even longer time to forgive him for what he had done to me. because the abuse was pretty bad. So yeah, guys. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up, and it was so good talking to you guys. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment, and please like and share this video, and leave a comment if you have any other topics, or if you have any questions that you would like to ask me. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.